Hello everyone, my name is Sustal and welcome to my simple how-to video of Microsoft Teams for teachers. I'm a teacher, I teach second grade, and up until 2 weeks ago I hadn't even heard of Teams. And then we were hit with the COVID virus, and as a result, we're entering this phase of distance learning, which has been very challenging for not only teachers but students as well. So what did I do? I got on the internet, searched a bunch of YouTube videos about Microsoft Teams because I figured that was going to be the platform we were using. And this is a culmination of all the research that I've done. I know it's very difficult. I had a video conference call with some of my colleagues today, and they had many questions, of which I had the answer, but the it was so difficult to try to explain to them. I figured the easiest way to do it is to create this. As I get started, I do want to remind all of you that I'm certainly no pro when it comes to Teams, and I've only been using it for the last few weeks. So if there's anything that you see, if it looks like I'm taking extra steps, it's only because I'm not aware of any faster way of getting from one part to another. So please excuse that. But I did notice this, that the most important section to me in Teams was the teacher only section. And that's because of my need to create paperless assignments. I wanted to go totally digital. Obviously, when you're dealing with distance learning, it doesn't really make too much sense to have students mail you their assignments or even take pictures and text or email those assignments when they can actually do them on the computer and turn them in. And for this, the teacher only section is really important. Also, it makes it accessible to you and your co-teachers from wherever you are. I happen to be working off of a few laptops, and so having the teacher only section has been a real lifesaver. And lastly, the teacher only section is a great catch-all where you have working files, homework current, and um, yet to be released, and then I can also store my media there. So when you go into Teams, click on Class Notebook. Now, if you notice, nothing's been done to this notebook. This is sort of like the default screen, and you can go ahead and enter whatever text you want here. If you want an opening message, because whenever the students click on it, this is the first page that they see. In order to get to the teacher only section, you click on this right here, and notice it says teacher only. This is a test Teams page, and so there really isn't too much on it. But the reason why I have this teacher only section, and I'm able to access it, is because I enabled it. For some reason, when you open your Microsoft Teams page, it's not the default setting, and so the first thing you need to do is to you need to enable the teacher only um, tab. And the way you do that, okay, we're in class notebook, right? Um, there's a notebook right here, notebook icon. It says manage notebooks. When I hover over the icon, click it, and on mine it already says enabled right here, but you notice it says teacher only section group. It is disabled, so you have to click this area right here in order to enable it. Now another thing that you can do to manage your class notebook, and you can go in and change it anytime you want, is to you need to you need to come up with your student notebook sections. So think about, what it is that you want your students to have access to. Now, mind you, I teach second grade, so really my students aren't going to use this section. Although everything is going to be posted there, they're actually going to be using just the assignment section to get to their page. So if you take a look at this right here, this is actually my team's notebook. And what I wanted to do is show you my teacher only section. So I'll go ahead and open that. Here we are. And notice I have all these folders. I think initially when you enable the teacher only section, you only have one tab. So one of the things that I want to show you is how to add a tabs. To add a tab, you simply right click on one of the tabs. So here and then it says, or click on new section, and you're going to name it. I'm just going to name it test, and it's right there. So this is a really great way to organize everything. And if you notice here, I do have things organized according to my different subjects and different things that I do, um, and it seems to work really well for me. So I'm back on my test page. I'm going to show you right now how to upload an assignment to OneNote. And so I'm going to click on the arrow, and notice my teacher only section or tab right here. I'm going to click on assignments. Okay. Now, so what I normally do is each page is one assignment. This way, it's much easier for me to keep track of everything, because since I have the name of all the different assignments, it's much easier for me to find what I'm looking for if in the future I need to come back, or when I come back to find a specific assignment. You're going to go down here at the bottom. You're going to click page. Now notice you have a blinking line. This is where you're going to put the name of your assignment, and I have another context clues page. I'm going to call this context clues 2. Now this next step is very important, because if you do not do this next step, you will not be able to insert your page. And so notice the blinking line. You if you keep it there, you're not going to be able to insert. I know I'm being repetitive, but it took me over an hour today to figure that out. So what you want to do is you want to click below. Now you're able to insert, okay? And now what you need to do, oh, notice it file is kind of grayed out. So right now, if I were to click on it, I can't get into it. So you need to click below. Notice when you click below the date and the day, it shows up. So I'm going to click file, and I'm going to insert file printout. Okay, if you choose insert as an attachment, you're only going to get the Word document icon, and then you have to double click on it to open it. By inserting file printout, you actually get both. So uh, I'm going to choose my file. Now, everything I work on in regard to um, teams, I actually store in one place, and you can actually store it onto your page. So take a look up here, user Hilltop Drive, Mr. Sustal. So it's actually stored on my teams page. You don't have to do that. I'm just uh, I'm just letting you know that that's where I store everything. You can, if you want to put in your docs folder, that's fine. Now I'm going to insert the assignment, and here it is right here. So notice you have the icon right here. So if you were to double click that, it would open it in Word as a document. But here is basically a PDF, and the reason why this is so important is because the children are going to be able to use this as a digital document, and I'll show that to you in just a few minutes, as a digital document to work on the sheet, to submit it, and then for me to be able to give them feedback, make corrections on it, and return to them. And well, now that we have some content in our teachers only section, we can create an assignment. Now to do that, you simply click on assignment up at the top, and you're going to click create. And so I'm going to click create assignment. And you notice did you notice that you could also create quizzes, and I think there was something else also. But anyway, to create your assignment, you need to fill out all the required fields. So let's call this context clues, context clues 2, and I'll just say for my instructions, make sure to read the directions. Once you're done, click close. Then turn in. I already know the steps, so now what you're going to do is assign your points. Let's say this is 4 points. Now notice here that it is assigned uh, to my test page, but you can also you can also assign it to another class. But I'm going to keep it here. All students. Due date is April 7th. Okay, and you see the time here. Now, if you want to, let's say we want this to be due a week from now, you would click edit, and from here, you can schedule to assign in the future. And I'm gonna post this. Let's say I'm gonna post this on April 13th. Okay, and so I need to change the due date as well. Let's put the due date on the 17th. Okay, and oop. If you noticed when I checked this, it said that late turn-ins are not allowed. Given the current circumstance, I'm gonna accept it whenever they finish it. So I'm gonna click done now. And now it's time for me to attach my assignment. So if you take a look at this right here, add resources, I'm gonna click there. And remember, I have everything stored in my teacher only, and that's in the class notebook. Okay, and in my teacher only section and assignments. So you really have to know where your assignments are. This is why if you keep things organized, it's no problem. And then I click attach, and notice here. So for you upper grade teachers, this might be a section that you use. And what this does is this is going to place the assignment in the appropriate folder. Now, since this is homework, I will say homework. Okay, then I'm going to click done. And here we go. Now all I need to do is click schedule. And here is assigned right here. And we are done.